Hi there, welcome to Elm Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I am going to be sharing my weekly update with you guys, all the things that I finished this week. I finished quite a few, actually. And then I've got some new books that I literally just got, which I didn't need, but I just needed them. And then, and then we'll color something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I've got a couple of options out there to try to work on, but yeah, so that is the plan for today. Let me take a sip of my lovely tea and we will get started. Also, if you don't know what kind of tea I'm drinking, I drink Harney Sons hot cinnamon tea. I am not like sponsored by them or anything. It's just literally my favorite tea. That's so good. But they have a couple new holiday flavors, which look really, really cute. There's like if you go on their website, there's like a combo deal with like the gingerbread one and like a nutcracker flavor. I'm not sure exactly what the nutcracker flavor is, but the tin is adorable. And so I just thought I'd put that out there. Check them out if you like different teas. They have black tea, they have green teas, they have all kinds of everything kind of teas. Herbal teas, like everything. So yeah, check out their tea selection. It's just amazing and it's so good. Okay, new books that I didn't need. I was in the grocery store, and my grocery store is in Meijer, so thankfully it's like a superstore, so there's, fun things along with all of the groceries that you have to get. But they do have an art section and like a book section, and they have a bunch of coloring books. They have some in the magazine section and some in the book section, so I got a little bit of both. Normally they have, everything they have there I've already got, which is a little telling. But anyway, so I found this book. So this is the 100% unofficial Wicked coloring book. However, the reason I got this is because the illustrator in this one is Fabiana Trier. I think that's how you say it. And I have a couple of other Creative Haven books by her, or Creative Heaven. What is it? Yeah. Coloring Heaven. Goodness. I have some other books with her artwork, and I just thought this was stunning. It's really, really beautiful. And it's like, it goes through the whole thing. It's just so cute. I love it a lot. So I'm very excited to color this. I think it's going to be just beautiful. The paper in this book is not great. It's really not great. But it's single-sided, so I could absolutely use alcohol markers and then, color pencils over top of that. But like, look at that beautiful Fiero, like it's gorgeous. Yeah, so that is the Wicked coloring book. So this is published by, well, I don't really know what the actual, Anthem Publishing. Is it the same as the Coloring Heaven? This is the new Christmas Coloring Heaven that I got today as well. Is this one also Anthem? No, this one is specifically just Coloring Heaven. Okay. Anyway, so I got that, and I love that it's a whole book with just one illustrator, and the illustrator is mentioned. So yes, love that one. Wicked coloring book. The next one, I got another one by the same group. So this is, again, Anthem Publishing. Now, this one is a compilation, but all of the Shutterstock images that they put in here have the artists' names. So they're all actual artists, and they all are credited. So I loved these ones here in the front. And then it just goes through so many different kinds of illustrations. Again, the paper is not great, but you can see on every every page you have your artists listed. So, and there's a lot of different kinds of illustrations in here, which I just thought so many of them were just adorable. So yeah, you can kind of check those out if you are interested. I will hold the ISBN. Look at that one. But yeah, if you find an artist in here, you can maybe look them up on Instagram as well. So there is the I don't know, barcode, I guess. There's not really an ISBN number for this one. There's that one, and then there's this one. But again, I believe it's Anthem Publishing. Yeah, Anthem Publishing, and then you can go from there, maybe. So again, paper's not great, but so all single-sided, so I could definitely use my alcohol markers, but I just thought those were cool. All right, now on to the good find. So yeah, I showed you this one already, but this is the Coloring Heaven Christmas Special. I like a lot of the illustrations in here, but it's like half and half. So I wanted to have, like, I loved these illustrations in the back. So this is all Labzazuza. This is an artist that I actually showed recently on my Christmas plans video, and I love all of these illustrations, and these are bigger than the ones in her book, but I think either way will be fine. I loved these Julia Spiri grayscale illustrations. They're so cute. And then there's some cute Edwina McNamee ones, which I do have some of her artwork, but I don't have any Christmassy ones. And then there's a few movie ones, which these ones I don't love so much. So this is from The Grinch, a couple from like The Grinch. There's no characters. It's just like scenery. This one's from Elf. And then there's a Miracle on 34th Street. And then Die Hard, which I thought was kind of funny. Let's see, this one says Yippee-ki-yay. And then there's a Christmas Carol, and then Home Alone, which I don't love those movie ones as much, but that's okay. There's some Deborah Muller Christmas ones, which I don't have any of her Christmas books, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to color some of these, and I really liked this illustration. I love the close-up portraits that she does more than the faraway ones, but I thought that one would be really fun. Then there's some stuff from Agoda Pop, which I love her little tinies. I just think they're so beautiful. All of her illustrations are gorgeous, but like, look how beautiful those are. So yeah, excited to color some of those from her. And then we've got, oh, those are all Agoda Pop. Then we've got this one from Karina Yordanova, which I thought that was really adorable. There's several illustrations from her. And then a couple from Alexandra Dannenman. I think that's how you say it. Just some cute little Christmas houses. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty good one, you know, minus the movie ones, which I don't necessarily love, but all the other illustrations in this I think are really good. So there we go. So there's that. Then I was just kind of, you know, browsing, and I happened to see a couple of Christmas coloring books. So I don't need them. I really don't, but I got this one. So this is Color Christmas Bright. This is from Callisto Publishing. And this is illustrations by, hold on, it was in the back. Illustrations by Mila Dirksen, I think. But it is single-sided. There's just on one side, there's a quote. On the opposite side, there is a beautiful illustration. And there's so many different kinds of illustrations in this book too. A lot of cutesy stuff, it's just a lot. And the paper quality seems good. Like it feels nice. So I was very intrigued by that when I picked this up, thinking that maybe I could, you know, do some water mediums in this book, which you don't, you know, always find just randomly at the grocery store. Look how cute that is. I love it. I know that I needed another Christmas book, like I need a hole in the head, but I just thought it was cute. So that is Color Christmas Bright. Here is the ISBN number if you are interested in that. And if it is on Amazon, I will link it for you in the description box below. And then this one as well. This is another Christmas coloring book. So this one is from, I think this might be Better Day Books. Nope, Sparkpool. I don't know that publisher, but the paper in this one is like, feels phenomenal. Like it's like thick cardstock. And there are a couple different illustrators, and they have all of those credited in here by page and by illustrator. And then there is one iStock image, but there's only one page of that. So I felt pretty decent with, you know, trying to color these. These are unfortunately double-sided, but there's a ton in here, like a ton to color. And so the back here, you know, these are all kind of more simple illustrations, but they're still just adorable. And you could add so much detail. And like I said, the paper is really nice. So I feel like I'm going to be able to use, or not alcohol markers, unless I don't want to use the opposite side. But definitely like, so like for this one, for example, like I could do that in alcohol markers because I probably won't color that. And they have a couple of pages like that where it's like a busier pattern. And then on the opposite side, there's a more simple illustration. I feel like that would be absolutely acceptable because I don't really love the wallpaper images where it's like a repeating pattern. So I feel like I could, you know, do some stuff with that. It's not through the whole book like that, but there are a few examples of that around. But yeah, it's very simple illustrations, like I said, but super, super cute. And I think it's like a mix of, like, yeah, the artists are kind of mixed together too. So like this one, again, I could absolutely use alcohol markers because I probably won't color that page. So yeah, oh, a page stuck together there. But yeah, super cute. And again, I know I don't need it, but it's hard for me to pass up a coloring book when the paper is that good. Like I picked up this book and it's heavy. It's like a chunky book. And it was only $13.99, so not really bad. So there is the ISBN number if you are interested in that. Again, I will link this if it is available on Amazon down below. All right. So those are my pages that I got. Last weekend, I was able to meet up with my buddy, my pal, my creative sister. I don't know. So we were able to make some cards. I didn't get very many made because I was just constantly going through all of my Christmas stamps and trying to get things organized. And then I made a couple of cards that had a lot of die cutting elements. But so I made this one. You can hopefully see some of the glitter on there. I wanted something with a different kind of color on it. And I really liked, I saw a card with some pink trees and I was like, I tried that. And I thought it was really cute. And then I added the snow banks and the little church there. I thought that was a cute one. These next two are the ones that I really, really like though. So I've made this one, which this is a cool like die cut, this whole big ribbon piece around the edge. I thought that was really cute. And then I stamped this and cut it out and then added a bunch of other pieces of die cuts through here. And I watercolored all of those. I don't know if you can see the watercolor on it, but yeah, and I just thought that was really cute. And then I'm going to attach, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to attach that sentiment in there. So yeah, super cute. I love how dimensional it is. And the same thing for this next one, which is this one, which I just, again, thought was so cute. I love the gold sentiment and then all of these leaves and berries. Yeah, that was really fun to do. And then I don't know if you can see it, but the background has got like an embossed snowflake background on it. So yeah, I mean, it looks pretty simple, but this took a really long time because I had to ink all of this stuff. Then I had to die cut it. Then I had to, you know, piece it together. And then I had to stamp this and heat emboss that and dry emboss that. And cards take a long time. They don't, I mean, it's not like it's like I don't know. You just don't think about it. So yeah, I was only able to do 3 cards out of the, I don't even know how many hours we were doing stuff. But I really enjoyed it. So, all right. So let's see. What did I finish this week? I finished my page, well, half the page in A Million Unicorns, but I don't feel like doing the other side. So I finished this side. You can kind of see the difference. Like I did a little bit of shading over here, but I was just done. I didn't want to do any more. So I'm counting this side as a page that's done. And I think it did turn out cute. Like I like it, but I was just done. I wanted to move on to something else that I needed to finish. So, but yeah, that one's pretty cute. Like I said, I do like the way that it ended up turning out. I worked on this sky last weekend with you guys and I think it was a good choice. So yeah, there's that one, A Million Unicorns. I did a page in Fall Vibes. So this had been a whip for a really long time. And I just finished it up. I added some pencil shading, did the skin and the hair, and then added a bunch of fun. I had a metallic orange marker that I tried, and it's not super metallic. It's not very shiny at all. So then I ended up using my orange glitter Link Shine pen to add the sparkle to the fringe, and I think that worked better. I really like the way the leaves ended up turning out. I did do most of that with alcohol markers, but I do like that, and I liked the way the little wolf turned out. I did have to adjust the eye a little bit because it was drawn funky, but yeah, I love her portraits. I really do. I think they always turn out so nice. And then I started this one again with that metallic marker in the back, but it's really not, it's not shiny at all. And I don't know if it's just the paper, but it's frustrating. I still like the background. I'm gonna do Colored by Maya did a really cool little background where she took she did like a solid background and then did little paint marker dots all over in the background. And I think I'm going to do that on this page as well. I don't know if I'll get to it this year, but that's my idea for the background to make it more interesting. And then I wanted her to kind of stand out a little bit. So the green, I'm going to have the little flowers be little sunflowers on her sweater, and, you know, kind of like those 3D sweaters that you see now. I think that would be a really cute, cute sweater. So I like this one too. I might finish this one. I don't know. I really do like the way that it's going. So again, this book is great because it's got all of the portraits. I like the portraits. There's another one I did, and then I've got, where's the other ones? I have a couple more. This one, which I really like that one too, and then this one. So yeah, I don't love like these. This one's okay because you can't really see her hands. I don't like that her feet are turned inward. That's, I don't know. And then like her hands, bless her heart, like all of the rest of this is gorgeous. The hands are, they just kind of like, this looks broken, right? Like it's rough. So I would have to kind of fix that as best I could. But like, this is gorgeous. And this one, again, the hands are kind of wonky, but I might be able to fix it. I don't know. So yeah, that's my page from Deborah Muller Fall Vibes. Okay, I finished in Good Yule. I did finish my September page. So there's that one, which I think that turned out really cool. I love it. I like the rose gold combo. If you guys are interested, I can let you know what I've got, what I did for that combo, but I think that turned out really nice. And then I did finish, I don't love this one as much, but I finished the, this one. What is this one? October, goodness. I wanted black, and then I ended up using like just a fine liner, and it's really dull, and I don't love that. I kind of want to put like black stickles or something on it, but I don't want to do stickles because I don't want it to ruin this side of the page. So I don't know. It's not my favorite, but it's done. And then I did start the November one as well. So that is where I'm at with that one. So yeah, happy with the progress in that book. I finished a buddy color in Fairy Tales and Folklore. This is my first finished page in this book, and I really did have fun with it. I was not sure, but in the end, it turned out really cute. Really, really cute. I like it a lot. I think it's just really super cute. I love it. Yeah, love that book. Love this book. So that's Fairy Tales and Folklore. In Daydreams, I finished my little bunny page. So I finished this one. Again, really like the way that ended up looking. I think it turned out great. The bunny fur, I had started this with a water marker base, and I just made it really streaky on purpose and tried to put the streaks in the direction that the fur would go, knowing that when I went back in with my pencils, I would be adding fur strokes on top of that, and it really helped to build up the texture of the fur. So that might be a good trick to try if you're using, you know, if you're doing fur and you have like a bigger animal like this, try to use some water-based markers to get that texture first, and then go in on top with your pencils. And it really turned out cool, I think. So yeah, so there's that one from Daydreams. And then I finished 2 in Fantasy Forest. So unfortunately, man, I was so mad. So this was the page from the color along this month, and I had it all recorded, and I had edited it, and everything was going great. And then my app deleted half the footage, and it was just gone. And I got so angry. I just wanted to throw my phone. Oh, I was so mad. But I had it all done. And I posted this, and I really appreciate all of your guys's, you know, comments about how frustrating it was. It was super frustrating, but I think it turned out great. So this gold glitter on here is from the Art Spirits. So I just did a little bit of shading with alcohol marker and a tiny little bit of pencil on the horse, and then put that gold sparkle all. I just love how much it sparkles. This is a metallic watercolor with some white Posca around it. The rest of this is alcohol markers with Black Widow pencils on top. And the background was chalk pastels. So, yeah, love it. I'm so upset that you guys didn't get to see it. This was the inspiration image. Yeah, so frustrated. But then I also got to finish this one too. So I think this one turned out really great too. I wasn't sure about it at first, but I think it turned out all right. I like the way the wolves turned out. Yeah, so there's that one too. And this was my inspiration for that. So yeah, I think it turned out great. So yeah, that's what I did this week. I didn't start any new whips. I was finishing pages right and left, so I was happy with that for sure. I do have this color along is ready to go. So I'm going to be doing, where'd it go? I'm going to be doing this page, and I have my color palette already here. I have my alcohol markers picked out for the first layer. I know what I want to do in the background. So yeah, everything is going well with this. So this one I'm going to be working on this weekend, and hopefully have this out to you next week. Yeah, so then that leaves just what we're going to do today. So I have this book that I would like to work on. I have this book I would like to work on. And I have this book I would like to work on. So I have 3 whips going in these books. So I have this one, which I've gotten a little bit more done. I got her done last week as well. Or last week, the weekend before. It might have been the weekend before. So I have him done and her done. And so I just need to color these 2 and like all of this stuff in the foreground and the little chipmunks. But I like the way that the leaves turned out. I think they turned out really neat. I like the moss hanging from the trees and like the stuff growing on the rocks and the branches here. I love this book. It's such a cool book. Yeah, if I can finish that, that would be great. But I think I'm using, was I using my Prisma? No, my Polychromos, I think, to do the shading. I feel like that's a good one for this book. Such a neat book. Super detailed, but very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, so that is an epic love. I showed this one last week. I've got this one here that I did some alcohol marker work. I might go to this one, but this one's calling my name. So this is just a base layer right now of pencils. And I kind of want to try to use some cheaper pencils to do some work on here. So maybe my Sioux Color pencils would be good. I feel like this paper is good for that kind of stuff. It's good to test out like your cheaper pencils on good paper so that you can kind of get a feel for them. I think I'm going to go with this one. I think we're going to work on this one today. I also have this one that I wanted to work on too. So I did one rabbit already, but I wanted to try to watercolor this one. No, I'm going to hold off on that. I do want to work in this book here soon though. I think it's gorgeous. Lots of really good fall pages for this one, but we're almost done with fall. I need Christmas stuff now. I don't know. I just feel like this is a good book to test out watercolors and have fun. And the paper seems really nice, so like that would be a fun one to play with. Anyway, we're gonna play with this one because that's what caught my eye, and I'm gonna use my Sioux colors. So let me get situated here with this. All right, I don't have a ton of time today, so I'm not gonna probably do a ton of coloring, unfortunately. So let's just start with her and kind of work on that. I think that would be a good option. So I'm going to grab some like skin tone kind of colors. Okay, and I have some Sioux color pencils, which I like these pencils. I got these because Coloring with Elena used them quite often and just did like marvelous work with them. And I was like, maybe I could do that if I had those pencils. But I still don't color anywhere near as great as she does. But, you know, it's all right. So hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I am having a lovely morning. I got up this morning, and it's Friday, just so you know. Friday morning. Got everybody to school, to work, went to the grocery store, spent too much money on coloring books. And then now I get to be here with you for a little bit before I have to go, before I get to go have lunch with my oldest. They recently started a new job, and they're a bank teller, so they get to have like a nice long lunch, and they can leave the premises, but unfortunately they don't drive. So I have to go and take them out to lunch. I don't have to go. I get to go, right? That's the fun thing. It's not like I don't like spending time with them. So, yeah, I'm excited to go and see them for lunch. And then after that, I have to come home, got to get the house clean because we're doing Dungeons & Dragons again this week. We're doing it twice this month so that we can kind of catch up because we have 3 different games that are ongoing, right? Maybe 4. So I think we have 4. There's one, like our initial game that we started years and years ago. We just haven't been able to get back to it because, you know, kids grew up and moved on and did other, you know, they were busy with their own lives and stuff and didn't have time for this silly D&D game with their older, you know, cousins or whoever. What do I want to do here? I felt like I needed white, but I have this. Oh man, that's upsetting. I felt like I needed to do white, but I have this Polychromos ivory that I'm going to try instead and see if that will kind of tone down the reddishness of the skin. Because I do want her to be a little pale. I'll probably add in some purple here too to get that good. Let me find a purple. All right, I have a couple. I have a couple of purples, and we'll see which one kind of works better. What was I saying? Oh, yes. We have, 4 different D&D games kind of going on right now. So we're trying to cycle through 3 of them currently. Our original one has kind of been long paused, but my brother, who is the game master or dungeon master, depending on, you know, your preference, he's the one that's kind of in charge of trying to make sure we're on. No, he's in charge. Sorry. He's in charge of the games. So he has to, you know, he's got a very specific kind of thing that he feels like he needs to do for every game. And he can't always do that because he also has ADHD and sometimes he's just not in that mode. Like he can't focus on the gaming like that. So he will kind of go in spurts. But that, like I said, that older one has long been on hold. But yeah, so we are playing one this evening where I get to be basically space pirate, where it's set in space, which is really cool. And I love it. It's just so fun to play. And I get to be, almost like a, it's a vampire, but she's not called that. She's called a Dampier or something. But it's basically a vampire. But instead of blood, I crave people's dreams. I don't know where that came from. Like, it was just something weird that I saw. So I was like, okay, let's roll with this. I don't usually like make a big backstory for my characters either. I'm just there to have fun. I don't get into it as much as the other, some of the other people do. Cause it captures my attention at the time. And then after that, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I don't need to do that anymore. I get it. We can move on. But yeah, it's fun while I'm playing. It's just like all of the, and then even if I were to read, you know, all of the spells or all of the, you know, all of this stuff, I'm not going to remember it. I just don't have the capacity for that kind of memorization. I don't know. Some things really like stick in my brain, and others I'm just like, I guess that's not a necessity. It's not staying in there. So I don't know. I don't love this, and this is upsetting because I really wanted to love this, and it's just not. The Sioux color are not it for this. So let's figure out what I need to do to make it a little bit better, because I feel like this part is just too dark. Well, let's try to erase and start again. Okay, I lied. I'm not going to erase because my eraser is not down here currently. So I'm just going to add in some more polychromos. We're going to do beige red. I feel like that will be a little bit better. Just going to keep trying. So yeah, I know I was talking about D&D, but I've completely lost my train of thought. I'm excited to play tonight, to see everybody, and I think it's gonna be fun. And then I think we probably will be on. We might be able to play once early next month, but because, you know, it's Christmas time and everybody's busy, we might not be able to play as much as we would like. But yeah. And then, let's see, channel news. I did release, I recorded and edited the whole color along, and of course that's gone. You know that whole story. But I did release my holiday coloring plans video, which seemed to go okay. So I picked way too many pages, and I know I did, but I had a lot of fun going through the books and just kind of being reminded about what I loved about each of them, why I picked them up in the first place, you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, I happen to find this PC289 Prismacolor. I think it's like it's either like a gray-green light or one of the very light green colors, like super light. And I'm just going over the more reddish areas, and that's really kind of toning down the reddishness of it, which I wasn't sure if that was going to work, but like, you know, when you have like reddish parts in your skin and they have like this green makeup that you can put on that's supposed to help. So I thought, well, maybe that'll help in the same way. Kind of did. I feel like that is just way too dark still, unfortunately. But that's okay. All right, let's see. What else we got? So yeah, so then I'm going to be doing the color along in Lulu's House of Wonder. Next week should be out. Be doing that all this weekend. Going to try to pre-record also my shorts videos for next month so that I can make sure to have those out to you guys on time on the days that they're actually due. I don't want to try to be, you know, coming up with things on the day that it needs to be published. So I've done that in the past, and it's just not, I can't focus right when I do that. So we're going to attempt to get that pre-done and ahead of time so that I don't have to worry about it. And then, yeah, and then it's going to be Thanksgiving is next week. And then I've got, got to get the Christmas decorations up. I can't believe it's already this time of year. It goes by so fast. This year really has kind of like just buzzed right by. Even when I'm in the midst of, panics and crises, is that the plural? With my youngest, it still has flown by. Speaking of my youngest kiddo, they are doing great. They have been to school every day this week, have had no issues, haven't had to come home or like miss a lot of class or anything. I'm so proud. We did have a meeting with school where they were like, okay, look, this is where you guys are at. You've missed this many days of school. You can only miss this many days before the state steps in and is like, hey, there's a problem here. And so, we need to get a plan in place and need to figure out, if we can't get this FND under control, like what is the appropriate next step for you and what is the best option for your kiddo. And so, yeah, we kind of got that in place. And I think she needed to hear that. Like, she needed to understand that it was serious. Like, if things don't get under control, they're not going to be able to go back to school there. So I think that was kind of a good eye opener. Oh, that is deep magenta. No wonder it looks red. Why is that? I did not mean to pick that up. Gosh darn it. Okay, well, now she has a nice reddish, super reddish undertone. Gosh darn it. Anyway, goodness. So, great week. Super proud. We've got therapy this afternoon, so we're going to talk to the therapist. I told them today, I was like, look, when we go this evening, let's go ahead and like talk about all of the wins that you had first, and then we will talk about kind of some of the issues that you had. And I was like, I'm trying to change the mindset because for some reason, and I don't know what it is, because I don't know that, I might do it. I don't know. I do, I guess when I come on here, I do complain a lot, but I try to look at the positives of things, I try to stay on the positive side as much as I possibly can. But I'm sure, they've heard me enough be a little bit on the negative side that that's what they have connected with, unfortunately. So we're trying to change the mindset, trying to find the positives every single day to try to get her brain to recognize that, they're not in danger. Like this is school. It's not a big bear trying to attack us. It's going to be okay. And, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Like we're working every day to, like, I said, you need to start like a gratitude journal. You need to write down anytime you're feeling bad, just to get it out of your body. And, and whatever you write on the page is totally fine. And if you write it down and then you don't want to see it again, just rip it up and throw it away. Like, it's okay to do that too. And so we're trying all these different things to try to just kind of help them get in the right mindset. So hopefully that is something that will continue to improve. But yeah, super, super proud of all of they accomplished this week. And they're catching up like all of their missing assignments and stuff. And thankfully the teachers are working with her to make sure that she has what she needs. And they're, giving her, I think, a little more credit than they're supposed to. But, with all the medical issues, I think they're giving her a little bit of a pass on that, thankfully. She still gets some points taken off because it's late, but I don't think it's as much as they were initially, like they're supposed to do or whatever. Because a lot of the classes, like there was one that said that they don't take any late work, like the English class, like unless you're absent, then you have one day to make it up, right? And then I was like, man, that's it's harsh, but I mean, I get it because, you know, it's trying to prepare you for college and real life and stuff. You don't get makeups. So I get that part of it, but like, I don't know. I don't know if they need to start working them into that kind of mindset when they're in middle school, or if like the freshman year is the year that you kind of adjust into that a little bit more. I don't know, but they've been struggling with that just a bit. So, you know, they're trying as hard as they can. They come up, like the last 2 nights, she was working on homework for a good 3, maybe 4 hours. And I was just, every time I would go in there, I would bring her a snack or give her a hug or tell her, you know, how proud I am of her. And like, it's just hard to watch. But she's doing it. That's the thing. Like, she's doing it. And I think that that's what we need to try to keep in her brain, is like, yes, you can do this. It's not fun and it's not easy, but it is possible. I don't love this. Why don't I love this, guys? I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, she's doing well. So happy for that. Still listening to the second Crescent series book, Crescent City. And I like it so far. It's kind of meh so far. Like, nothing huge has happened, and that's okay. I don't need it, you know, it to be crazy every time. I don't know, I expected there to be a little bit more so far, and there has not been. It just seems a little repetitive right now. Like, they're just constantly talking about this one person that they want to find and not actually doing anything to find them. But it's picking up a little bit now. So hopefully that improves. I've got, super awesome news. So if you have watched the channel for a little bit, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Critical Role, and their new animated series came out. It is based on their second campaign, which is my favorite. I love the first one. The first one is amazing, don't get me wrong, but the second campaign has a special place in my heart, and it's just mostly because of one character who I just fell in love with. That doesn't look good at all, guys. Holy moly. I don't know what it is about this page that I don't like. Anyway, we watched the first 3 episodes of the animated series the other day, and my daughter, my oldest, and I were like just squealing like little kids through the whole thing. And I'm just like, I am a grown woman. I am 47 years old, and I am squealing over a cartoon. Like, what is happening right now? But it was so good. It's such a good show. And it's this series is a longer format, so it's not the 22-minute episodes, it's 45 minutes. And it just feels like a show instead of just like a little cartoon. Does that make sense? I don't know if that will or not, but that's kind of what it feels like. And I love it so far. I think it's great. This is not working well, guys. I don't love this. Okay, that's all right. What is it about this that's just not right? I'll figure it out. You know, and if I do have to come in and just erase this all over, I'll erase it and start again. That's not a big deal. I'll start with some pencils that actually like me and will cooperate with me, right? What am I doing? I want this one. Yeah, so yes, if you are a fan of quality animation. Check that out. It's a very adult animation show. It's not for kids at all. So please be aware of that if you are going to watch it in front of your children. That is not a great show for them to be watching, because there's a lot of cussing. Sometimes there's nudity, you know, sexual references, things like that. Okay, I'm gonna try to kind of, do I want to do the eyes first? I do. I want to do the eyes first. Okay, let's see if I can get this. I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm doing. Sorry if that's too zoomed out. Maybe it looks better zoomed out. Ugh, this is not going great. Okay, I want her to have brown eyes. She's just gonna have all brown. I'm using black to kind of darken up lashes and pupils and things. All right, that doesn't look terrible. Hopefully that looks good for you guys. When I get closer to it, it does not look great, but I feel like it's gonna be all right. I'm gonna add a little bit more pink to the cheeks, because that's what I do. I don't think I use too much blush like in real life, but I feel like I do on all of my portraits. I add a ton of blush. All right, that doesn't look terrible, right? Like, it looks all right. Okay, yeah, that's gonna have to be it for today, unfortunately. Sorry, that wasn't more interesting. I'm gonna hold this up a little bit so you guys can see, like, I don't know if you can see how grainy things are. It's not blended super well, but I think it looks all right once you zoom out. So yeah, so I guess that was it. Sorry, just the skin colors today, but get a good start on this one, and then I will keep working on it. And yeah, I gotta get ready to go out to lunch with my kiddo, and yeah, have a really fun, busy day. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.